Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thought I would do a long overdue video on my everyday makeup routine. And don't mind my setup. I am in my daughter's room because really right now it has the best lighting. So I don't know how it's going to portray in the video, but I have her ring light I'm working with, and then I thought some natural light. So if it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, I have a mirror behind me that I'm gonna be looking at, and I'm just recording off my phone today because I thought it'd be the best. So, to get started, this is just gonna be what I do on a quick day, but I'm gonna start off with using primer. It's the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I really like this. It's really hydrating and it almost feels like a separate moisturizer, but I'm going to use powder foundation today. And I feel like when you're using powder foundation, it's really important to keep your face hydrated so it doesn't look like you have a powder face. So I think I'm going to put a little bit more of that on. But I think I'm going to start a series where I do multiple different everyday looks because I have a lot of products and I don't always use the same products. So, and also with that said, keep in mind whatever I'm using, you can get the same look with different products that you may have at home. This is just what I have. So don't feel like you have to get these same products to get the look. But I think I'm going to use, on a quick day, I just use powder foundation. I'm going to use this Clinique Beyond Perfecting powder foundation. I have the shade Golden Neutral, but it's just whatever I'm feeling. Some days I'll use my Bare Minerals Loose Powder Foundation. I love this. Or Bare Pro or any kind of powder. But I always start out with using this. And I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush to apply this. This is my Sigma F30 large powder. This will give me like a loose, like a light dusting of powder. If you really want to do full coverage, it depends on a brush you use. So I would then go in with kind of a more dense brush like this. This is actually a blush brush, but any kabuki style brush like this, that would give you a more full coverage look. But I'm just going to dab this in here, shake off the excess, and then I just start buffing it into my face. And sometimes just whatever I'm feeling, I'll usually do just one layer. And this is half my face, so you know, just something to give me an even look. So, and I'll just do the other side. I just like the way this looks. It just looks, I just like going for a natural look on day to day. Just something where look put together, but not overdone, but I feel comfortable just going wherever in this. Okay, now, I don't do this step every time, but sometimes it also depends on the concealer I use too, but then I'll go in with concealer. And to me, I find it's okay if I use concealer on top of powder. It's not really a big issue for me, but I have all kinds of different concealers too. I think I'm going to go in with this Becca Under Eye Brightening Primer. This really helps with like dark circles. I'll take it and dab it. I got those hereditary dark circles. But look at the difference. I don't know if you can tell, but it really lifts my eye. But this, I can tell a huge difference when I don't wear this under my concealer and when I do. A lot of times if it's a full coverage concealer, I find that I don't really need it, but I have a mirror behind me, so if it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, I can see myself better in this mirror. Okay. Now, what I like to do is I'll go in with concealer. I think today, I haven't used this one in a while, so I'm going to use it. It's the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I think that was called. I have it in shade 2. I really like this. But I'll just dab a little bit on the inner corners of my eye, and then I'll just go on the outer for a lifted look. Inner corner, because you don't need a lot of concealer. When people cake on the concealer, make huge triangles, it just makes it really cakey and settle everywhere. And then I'll put it anywhere where I need extra coverage. So I'll put it on, because I have the hormonal redness on my nose, put a little bit on my chin, highlight, and then in my forehead. And then I will get my already dampened beauty blender. Don't mind this one, is kind of dirty, but it's all right. And I will, I don't know, it's already dampened. And then I'll just start, sometimes I'll go on my eyelid, because sometimes I don't wear eyeshadow on an everyday basis, and this kind of will cancel. I have veiny eyelids, so it'll cancel that. Now, if you don't have a beauty blender, I highly recommend doing like the Real Technique sponge is really good too. I do have that. You can get that any drugstore pretty much, but works pretty much the same way. This is just what I have, so I'm using it. Just dab it all over. And then, now, I don't set my concealer all the time. I find that I don't really need to. But it looks different when I look in the mirror than when I look in the viewfinder. I still feel like my face is shiny, but it's really not shiny at all. I feel like it has a healthy look, and I have powder on, and I can't really tell. Okay, and then I'll go in with, I don't really, like I said, I don't really set my concealer, but sometimes I'll go in with this HourGlass Ambient Lighting Powder. And it's really light, but it'll give like a highlighted effect. And I'll just kind of sweep that under my eye and do that. My forehead, anywhere where light really hits, and it'll kind of highlight it, but in a soft way. It's not overdone. You're not going to be able to look at me and be like, "Woo, she highlighted." Okay, so feel put together, and then I'll go in with bronzer. Like I said, I have a bunch of different ones. I really like these HourGlass ones. I think I'm gonna go in with the Diffused bronze, give myself a little bit of color and definition. Go in with a huge fluffy brush, and I just start buff that in. I usually put this all over. I'm generous with the blush or the bronzer. And then just put it all over, really, on my neck. Oh, you know what else I forgot to do? I usually put concealer, right? I have a discoloration from the sun and whatnot. So I'll also put concealer, usually skin tone color, just so it masks the darkness. And I'll just put it under here. Okay. But what I also like to do on my eye, if I'm not wearing eyeshadow, usually concealer, but if I really feel I'll just get like an eye base, or you can use like any kind of eyeshadow stick, something with the natural color, and I'll just put that. See, you're not even really gonna, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell this on camera, but it's just like a light color. This one is the Mercier Au Naturel, but it just gives a slight different look. I think this one kind of I think blends into your own skin tone, and I think it's a different color on everyone, but it's just natural color. And then usually sometimes too, usually all the time actually, I'll use whatever bronzer I used. I could do it with my big fluffy brush and just squeeze it in there, but I have this little crease brush, and I'll just take my bronzer and just put it in my crease. That way it looked like you made effort with your eyeshadow, and it's really just bronzer in your crease. And I'll just kind of fan that out. And on an everyday basis too, I don't wear eyeliner. I feel like I don't need it. But I'll go in with this NYX Wonder Pencil in light, and I'll just put this on my waterline. It's not white, but it's like skin color. So I feel like it doesn't show redness. And then I will go in with blush. I love me some blush. I'm using the Patrick Ta in Do We Know Her? It's the Cream and Powder Duo. I just got this and I love it. So I pick it up. I use the powder first, and this stuff, I just think it's so pretty. I'll usually put it on the bridge of my nose too and dust it on my eye. But this one's almost like a peachy color. I forget how pigmented it is sometimes, and sometimes I pick up too much. But put on my temples, my eye. But in this one, usually it'd be this and this be good. I'd put on mascara and be done. But this one has a cream part, and I'm gonna pick that up with my finger. And yeah, this one, it has you put it on your cheeks, and it almost gives it like a luminous finish. It almost looks like people saying, oh, did she just get back from a brisk walk in this fall weather? Be like, no, it's my blush. And I might dab some on my nose, you know, whatever. Okay, so that's that. And usually I'll be done. This blush is kind of, it gives a good glow, but I'm gonna be extra, and I just got this HourGlass Vanish highlighting stick in Champagne Flash, and I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna put it on the bridge, and I'm just gonna dab it down with my fingers. I probably really didn't need to use this because that cream blush is luminous enough, but this is new and I just want to be extra today. So I'm gonna use it, maybe put on my chin, you know, give shine. I like a little shine. Okay. So usually that is it, I think. That's what I use, and I might top it with, I'll use my Veil setting spray. I always like to use this when, especially when I use foundation, then it gets rid of the powderiness if there ever is any, and that sets your makeup all day. I love this mist on here. It's so good. Okay, and then I'm going to use my mascara. I'm going to use this, my Lancome Sills Booster Primer. I use this like all the time. No matter what mascara I use, this is going on my eyeballs. Okay, I'm gonna do this. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, if I should continue this makeup series of my different everyday looks. I could do even less products sometimes, or I could do more products. because I have a bunch of different looks I could show you guys. But then I'm going in with my Gucci mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras, and I just got some on my eyeball. Okay. But this is one of my favorite mascaras. But I'm just going to, I don't know if it'll portray on camera, but if you can hear that in the background, my youngest is being loud and she really wants to tell me something. Well, she's gonna have to wait. It's never anything important. Okay, but okay, that looks good, and usually I'd be done. I'd be okay with this. This is my look, and it only took a few products, and like I said, some of the things I used, I probably didn't need to. I am gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder, and I'm just gonna dab this powder under my eyes. Like I said, I don't really need, I just smudged my mascara on this. Note to self, set your eyes before you do mascara. But I usually dab this powder anywhere where I feel like I'm extra shiny, and it just gives extra coverage, and I like this look. I hope the lighting is okay. Let me know what you think I could do to improve the lighting next time, or if it's okay if you can see. I feel like there's shadows, but anyways, that's it. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe and let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.